Hi. So for this video, we'll look at the properties of negatives. Now, the properties of negatives, we're going to look at 6 of them for this video. And part of the idea is that I will just describe them in a straightforward way, but really underneath these properties is there's a way of proving, or each property will give more context to the further property. But we will just explain it in a very straightforward way in terms of what these properties are doing. So let's look at the first property. So the first property says that a -1 value times a, and this a is positive, will turn this into a -a. So think of it as it's changing the behavior of this. So now this is a -a. So if you have a -1 value and you multiply that times a positive a, it turns it into a -a. Now, if you have a negative of a -a, it will turn that back into a positive, right? So it will negate this value, right? So we see that the way you think about negatives is that it's a way of negating the sign, but if you negate the sign, it returns it back, right? Um, let's look at number 3. So if I have negative a as my first value and I multiply that times, let's say, another number b, then this will make both of them negative, right? So if you have one of the variables being a -a, you multiply that times another variable b, it will change the sign of both of them once they're multiplied together. And number 4 says that the order actually doesn't matter, which is important. This will also make them a times b, but negative of both. So 3 and 4 are similar to each other, but the fact that we're using is that the order doesn't matter in terms of where the negative is assigned. Let's look at number 5. Now, if I have the negative of a plus b, so if I take the sum of a plus b and I want to find the negative of that, then this is an equivalent expression to the negative of a minus b. So this negative will become the sign in between these two values, and it will make the a negative value, right? And then let's look at the final expression. If I have a minus b, now this is equivalent to negative a plus b, and then you can rewrite this further expression, which is very interesting. You can write that as b minus a. So you can kind of change the order a little bit here, where you can put the b in the front and minus a in the back. So these are the properties for negatives.